Hi guys, I'm Journey from Journey's Hobbies, and guys, this is episode 1 of my podcast. I haven't decided exactly what I'm gonna name it yet. I do have some ideas in mind, but none of them are really resonating with me. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to film this. And I'm gonna be sitting back here, kind of. Actually, I'm probably gonna be sitting upright like this. So, is this good? I don't know. My shirt makes me look a little weird. But get your crochet or your knitting or whatever you're working on. And let's get to it. So, I have some notes on my laptop, which you are setting up on. So, I will be glancing very frequently at my laptop because that's where my notes are. But before we start, ladies and gentlemen, get your drinks, get your pop. Now that's good. That's real good. Whew. That is real crispy. I almost said spicy. Okay, so currently, I think I already said this, but currently I'm not using a mic. My mic, the light, won't even come on. So that's how you know it's dead. So, welcome to the first episode of my crochet podcast. It's going to be about crochet. I am thinking, and I want your guys' opinion on this, about me making a few different podcasts. Of course, the episodes are all going to be in a playlist for my crochet podcast. But if I do another podcast about makeup and I do a few episodes on stuff like that, would you guys want a different type of podcast? What do you guys want me to talk about? Because I'm a big yapper. So yeah, this is going to be a cozy creative space where we can just talk about crochet. Whether you're brand new to yarn, crochet, or anything, I feel like people can learn a lot from this community. I mean, we'll eventually get into crochet and yarns, and there'll be episodes where I focus on how to read a yarn label, how to pick out the correct yarn for the right project, what patterns to use. Should I do written patterns or video patterns? I'll do stuff like that in the future. I already do have some episodes planned out already. And if you treat your projects like they're your baby, me too, although my baby's annoying me right now. So, what you can expect from this podcast, I'm about to read off of a list, so it's gonna sound like I'm reading from a list, by the way, because I am. We'll chat about fun seasonal project ideas like fall pumpkin, Christmas scrunchie, winter blankets, tips and tricks I've picked up along the way, yarn hauls, and honest reviews, my favorite stitches and how I use them, how I plan my projects or totally wing it, and yes, even the projects I've frogged. The vibe will be super chill. Some episodes will feel like casual crochet chats. Others might be more focused, like tension tips or yarn shopping advice. Okay, so now on why I started this crochet podcast. I really started this crochet podcast because I love talking. And it is something that I love to talk about. And I don't really have anybody to talk about it with. Mainly because I like talking without people talking back, which is why I love my YouTube, might I add. But not only that, it helps me slow down and breathe when I'm crocheting and create something beautiful with just yarn and hook. I wanted to create a space where we could all come together and just crochet and talk about crocheting and focus on that instead of anything else. And I really just wanted a space where I can crochet and talk. And we can all talk about our projects and everything. So, yeah. So, how did I get into crochet? I was in foster care at my foster home. The daughter tried to teach me crochet and I loved it. Like, I loved chaining. And surprisingly, I would just chain and chain and chain. But when she tried to teach me, like, how to do, like, rows, I just, like, couldn't get it. I couldn't comprehend it. And that was when I had, like, just turned 10 or before I turned 10. And I just couldn't get it. And so for years, for 4 years, I just chained. I didn't do anything else. But when I got to 8th grade, I really wanted to make a blanket for some reason. And so I started crocheting again on this blanket, which is non-existent, by the way. I frogged it and just never finished it. I have pictures of it. I'm not going to put them in here. But I do remember working on it, like, at my middle school in 8th grade. But, like, I don't know why I was so, like, captivated to make a blanket. I guess it was because it seemed like the easiest thing to do. I don't know. But I would just, at lunch, just go for it. And then I didn't know how to make straight edges, like, on a blanket. And so I just kept undoing it and then redoing it, never really learning my mistake. Because at that time, I didn't try to read patterns or watch videos. I kind of just went for it. And in 8th grade, I learned how to make a scrunchie. Sorry if I'm pausing. I'm, like, trying to remember because it was literally, like, 3 years ago now. 8th grade for me. And so I'm, like, trying to remember. Memory loss, I guess. But I remember I wanted to make all these things, and some I ended up making, but I would just, like, crochet and crochet and crochet and crochet and crochet, even if, like, they came out terrible. And I loved every second of it, and I still love crocheting. Crocheting is definitely my main hobby, and I love it. I think it's definitely a good hobby, especially because it calms you down. It gets you to do something with both of your hands, and so you're not doing, like, a boring craft or something like that. I'm so sorry. My neighbor's dog is barking, and I know my phone's gonna pick the sound up. Carbonation hit my throat. Whew, knocked me out. But crochet, I feel like, is one of those hobbies where anybody can do it. I know it's like a grandma hobby, but I mean, honestly, they can make literal clothes and blankets and so much other stuff with string. Like, I feel like my brain cannot fully comprehend the fact that I am making a sleeve out of literal string. I mean, yes, it is yarn, but like my brain doesn't get it, but like on the other hand I do, because I know it's crochet. Excuse me. Like, it's just so good to have as a skill. I genuinely think crocheting is one of those skills where it's not gender specific. I can't say specific. It's not gender in particular. It's not age in particular. Like, you don't have to have certain abilities to be able to crochet. You don't have to be a certain gender, race, ethnicity, I can't speak, to crochet. And I think that's what makes crochet so accessible. And crochet is one of those hobbies where if you plan it out correctly and you have a budget and whatnot, it's not that expensive. And crochet is one of those hobbies where the communities generally are amazing most of the time. I won't lie. In some of the communities, it's not so great. There is a lot of crochet drama, I will not lie. About a year ago, I remember there was a lot of crochet drama in the crochet community. But I genuinely like crocheting as a hobby. Not only that, it is a hobby that you can make money from. I feel like all hobbies you could somewhat make money from. I don't know. I'm not sure if like all hobbies you can make money from, but with crochet you can make crochet stuff and sell it. You can make patterns and sell your patterns. You can make tutorials and then sell the tutorials, which honestly is amazing. Like, get that bank. I support. I really think crochet is also so cool because people don't think, genuinely, people don't think like crochet is all that. But like, don't take this the wrong way, but like if the zombie apocalypse were to happen, or let's do something realistic, like we have a terrorist attack and like the grid, like there's a grid lockup and stuff like that. If I'm not like a doomsday prepper, but like I like to think about it. Sorry, I've been watching too much Walking Dead and stuff. My bad. But like crochet is one of those things where like if in those scenarios something were to happen, you'd be very useful. Like if you think about it, you'd be so useful, because clothing, who's gonna think, oh, let me just sit here with some yarn and make a shirt or pants or a hat or a blanket to survive the winter? Nobody's gonna think about that except for us crocheters and knitters and the people who sew. Like, they're not really gonna think of that. And don't get me wrong, like, I definitely think that crochet is one of those things that you do it because you love it, not because you have to, when it comes to like making things. But I don't know, I feel like it would definitely be a massive advantage during like things like that where you have to like trade and like money's not worth anything anymore. Like, I genuinely think it would be so useful, and I feel like you would get so much money because, I mean, people need clothes. People need to survive winter, you know? I think yarn in general, nobody thinks to like doomsday preppers. I'm watching this show right now on YouTube, and it's like doomsday preppers, and I saw one person, she makes her own wool, like her own yarn, like, and spins it and everything herself, and she was the only person who like crocheted out of all of those people that I've seen. And in my head I'm thinking, why don't more of them crochet? But I don't know. I feel like if like any type of like world emergency were to happen, or like, hopefully not, the apocalypse, I feel like crochet would be so useful, and I feel like it would calm you down. It would not only calm you down, it would relax your mind, relax your body, give you something to focus on. You'd be useful. I mean, the list goes on. What do you guys think? I want to know what you guys think, because I love ranting about this stuff. Like, I also love, like, hearing people's ideas on, like, what they would do if, like, apocalypse or things like that did happen. I don't think the apocalypse is going to happen. I just want to put that out there. But I do think, like, real world scenarios, like some of the ones that I did say could happen, I'm not saying they're going to happen, I'm just saying they could happen. It's a possibility those things could happen. And are you prepared? I'm not prepared. The only thing I'm prepared with is yarn. But honestly, I feel like I would run out of yarn so quickly, because honestly, if like a doomsday situation were to happen, I'm just gonna say doomsday and not like apocalypse, because I feel like people are not gonna take me serious if I say apocalypse one more time. But like realistically and hypothetically, I feel like I would rush so much of my crochet so that I would make stuff for the winter, you know? I feel like I would like try to make as much stuff for the winter as possible so like we could survive winter, because obviously, you know, the grid's gonna be down, you know, no electricity, like going back to old ways. Like, what would we do? Yeah. I also, with the yarn situation, yarn doesn't expire, but like if we had to leave like where we're at now, because like we live in the city, so that's like, if doomsday were to happen, that's like a terrible place to live. Like, let's be so for real. But like, if, let's say like everybody disappeared like in my neighborhood, like, and it was just like me and my family left on earth, like, I would genuinely, first of all, I would be so freaked out, like so freaked out. But I would like go to Hobby Lobby and like pack like my mom's truck just full with yarn. I'm not even bringing my car. I ain't gonna be able to fit all that yarn in my mom's car. That's a different story. I'm gonna be like shoving it under the seats. Is that bad? But like, on the other hand, you gotta think that's kind of smart, because if, like, a doomsday situation were to happen, who's gonna think, oh, let me go to Hobby Lobby? Like, other than me, obviously, and us. See you guys there. Hypothetically. But, like, the yarn, and, like, also, like, they have buttons there, they have fabric, like, we can make quilts. Like, I'd like to be prepared. Like, in real world situations, like, in places where it gets really cold, like, what if, you know, your gas stops working? Like, our house is powered by gas. We have a gas stove as well. Our house is heated by gas. If the gas goes off, what are we gonna do? Like, are we just gonna freeze to death? Like, in a apocalyptic world situation, hypothetical situation. But, like, if we did, like, just, like, do a few Hobby Lobby runs, get the fabric, get the yarn. I feel like I would go for the fabric first, realistically, because I feel like I could carry so much more fabric because they're wrapped around the boards at Hobby Lobby. I feel like I would go for them first because of that, right? And then I would, like, go back for the yarn, because the yarn, like, I don't know how I'm gonna carry all that. I mean, obviously a shopping cart, but, like, you know how many trips that's gonna take? And I feel like with the fabric, like, I would only get, like, quilting fabric for, like, blankets and stuff. And then I would go back for, like, the rest of the stuff, and I would just, like, stockpile it. I mean, as you can tell by my yarn pile, like, my yarn wall, I'm definitely a person who, like, has, like, I guess it's called, like, a stockpile. I would definitely be that person during, like, the worldwide whatever happens, who just sits there and preps for winter to make sure everybody has, like, an extra cozy blanket, and everybody has hats and gloves and those kind of things. That would be me. Like, I just love making stuff. As you can tell, I mean, that's literally what this podcast is about. Me crocheting, making stuff. I'm making a cardigan, if you're wondering. The color is burnt pumpkin. This is one of my whips that I've been really excited to finish, but also I have been having a lot of, like, pain recently when crocheting, so I haven't been crocheting as much. So this project took way longer than I anticipated, and I have no updates to film, like, in the last, like, 2 or 3 days with this project. And it kind of is, like, upsetting. But it's nothing I can control. I can't control that I have a form of arthritis. I forget the name of it, but it's just what happens, you know? Okay, let's get back to the script. I kind of went off script, guys. So, growing into freehand crochet. So, I never really liked following tutorials or reading patterns. Reading patterns is not my thing, but I can do it. It's just not my thing. But I will say, I will say in a podcast episode, I will talk about the differences between reading a pattern and then watching a pattern. There are so many cons and pros to each. Not so many, but enough where it's like they're both okay. So I really like freehand. It's more creative and personal, honestly, because you are doing something that's original. Like, you can't copy someone's design if it's your freehand work, because you're freehanding it. It's not like you're following their pattern or their whatever. Say I were to, like, for an example, this cardigan. Say I were to make this cardigan and I watched the tutorial, I saw pictures of it, and then I didn't follow the tutorial, but I still decided to make something that looks like it, but I freehanded it. That's freehand. But if I were to follow the tutorial like I did, that is not freehand. So there's differences in freehand and just plain copying, which, like, some people do copy. That's why there is crochet drama. But with crochet, I mean, you never really have something that somebody hasn't already made in the same, like, genre or area or similarity. Like, if I were to make a monkey holding a red heart with heart eyes, I bet somebody's already crocheted that. Or something similar. So, I don't know why that. I just randomly thought of that. I'm so sorry. So, there's that. I really think crochet is definitely a hobby that everybody should know because it's useful. Like, it's not just like a hobby, it's also, I was about to say a life hack, but it's a life skill. Like, I definitely think learning how to crochet at any age or any gender or whatever is definitely something that a lot of people should do. I mean, why not? Give it a try, and if it doesn't work out and you don't want to keep doing it, don't. You don't have to. You have free will. Do what you like. So, to kind of wrap up this very short episode, I would like to state my idea of these episodes are that they are going to be long form videos, not just like 30 minutes of me talking, more like an hour and a half of me talking. But realistically, sometimes I don't know what to say. Like, kind of right now, I keep going off track. I'm circling. That is why I'm deciding to just end the video here, the podcast episode here. But there will be a playlist where you can watch all of these back to back. So what's coming in future episodes? In future episodes, you can expect yarn hauls and reviews, seasonal projects and ideas, patterns I'm loving, tips for picking your yarn or mastering tension, crochet challenges and wins and fails, because let's be real, listener questions and Q&A episodes, behind the scenes of my creative process. So basically, to sum that up, there's going to be definitely themed, like holiday based themed, Like, I'll have Christmas episodes, Halloween episodes, fall episodes. This episode, I'm really not focusing on what time of year it is, even though we are in summer. I am on summer break until next month, I think. I'm not sure. So we'll see how that goes. I also will be posting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that I am aware of right now. This posting schedule may change. I don't know what time as of right now these episodes are going to go out. I think they're going to go out different times each day, but it'll be the same for each day. Monday, it'll be posted Monday at exactly whatever time, and it'll stay like that. Same with Wednesday, and then same with Friday, but the 3 dates are probably going to have different times from each other, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, thank you so much for joining me for the first episode. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you become a part of this cozy crochet routine. I'll be posting new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so grab your yarn and hang out with me while you stitch. If you enjoy this episode, feel free to follow the podcast and maybe even share your own crochet stories with me, because I would love to hear them, genuinely. Especially like your first time like crocheting. I love hearing about people's first times crocheting and like compared to now and how they crochet and how their crochet styles have changed. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this one, because I know I did. And definitely like and subscribe. And if you have any ideas or anything like that, or any requests, let me know down in the comment section, because I always answer my comments. At least I always look at them. Sometimes I don't respond because I just don't know what to say. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Bye, guys.